Action.
In this presentation, we are going to discuss the late modern family, what characterizes it, and why is the family like this, and also the socialization of children. What characterizes the late modern family is individualization. It's about creating your own identity in the family. Intimacy is no longer a core value, where you spend time together after school, and that could be a negative outcome. It's more like a service institute where you get served food and you create your own personality with sports and different activities. It has a whole new structure. There's many varieties of relationships, as you can see in the pictures on the slide. It's really complex. The marriage it's mixed with different cultures, and there's more. It could be, and there's more focus on love and what makes the me happy, the one that is shaped by the society. Marriages are diselected, and it has a different position in the society. 48% of all divorces in uh, 48 of all marriages in Denmark end in divorces.
Why and how did the family change? We can start to talk about industrialization. Like the families in this period changed because of the economic needs. The industrial family is more like a small family, totally different from what we were used to see before. Because in the countrysides, more generation of the same family were living in the same place and also different families in the same house. The role of the man and woman slowly changed. By the way, the woman still work at home supporting the outside job of the father, but we are going to the gender equality and a kind of an equality between parents and sons. Almost done.
In the late modern family, there are no bounds or strings attached. One can choose to be or not be part of the family. There's a lot of freedom of expression and room for change and flexibility. Choice. Choice is a key word when the modern family is involved. The parents and kids likewise get to choose their futures without interferences or anyone withholding them. And in most cases, children get the freedom to choose from a very young age. The late modern family is often detraditionalized. Tradition is reduced or in some cases completely forgotten. The late modern family is not obliged to uphold the traditions of their forefathers. They can easily break away from the old-fashioned ways and start doing things and create their own ways of doing things.
Communication. In the past years, there have been important mutations inside the families because of the new communication systems. For example, less births, aging of the population, and raising immigration. Or in social ambit, we can see growing unstable jobs and more young people without a work. This leads to family diversification, with always younger mothers and single people living alone, and remade family because of the growing divorces. This new way of communication led to the creation of private space from the rest of the house, different from any spaces inside it, and the parents they've becoming scared about what could happen in the street, so they try to keep their sons inside with them, and this leads to having rooms with always more electronic devices.
Norms and values. In its own right, traditional values simply means that the values coming from tradition. Let's say, traditionally, a man would go to work to provide money for the family, as the wife stays at home, cleaning, cooking, and taking care of the kids. However, when we talk about modern norms and values, it differs a lot from the tradition. As time goes by, traditions change, influences that change people and their way of thinking happen, and stereotypical fashions change everyone's point of view. Modern norms and values are much more liberal regarding the traditional ones. Back to my other example, in the modern norms and values, the father works, the mother works, and if they have children, they spend little time together, either because the social life or because they are too busy for their parents. Religion influenced tradition norms and values much more than it influences modern values. Dual socialization. The pronounced change in the functions of the nuclear family has major significance for the socialization of the children with two parents, who both have full-time jobs. The existence of the family is dependent on childcare outside the family. Parents, therefore, have to accept that other social institutions have a function in relation to the socialization of the individual child. The childcare is now divided between parents and institutions of the welfare state. This means that the primary socialization in modern society has changed radically. In this context, we are talking about dual socialization. The parents do no longer have the only and perhaps most important role as educator in relation to the children. In modern society, this role has to be shared with government-employed social educators.